Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Kurasagi here, back here with another video, and today we are here playing Metaphor ReFantazio. I assume that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to explain to you guys how to farm this demo. This is a demo, by the way. The full game is not out yet if you're watching this video in the future. This is just with the demo. So I'm going to teach you guys how to farm this demo. I don't know if anybody knows, you played a Persona game, you probably already know how this works. So the first point you need to get to, once you get to the mines, you want to get to the first rest area, and then at that point you can pretty much farm the demo. So the main character has a unique passive if he is a mage. That's why it says hero passive. In Overworld, recover MP each time an enemy is stunned or defeated. So whenever he attacks in the Overworld and he hits an enemy that stuns them or kills them, it will recover some of his MP. Well, it will recover the party's MP, not just the main character. So with this, you can pretty much farm until you get strong enough and you are over level enough to one-shot all of the enemies. And at that point, you don't have to actually fight any of the enemies anymore, because you can just one-shot the enemies. And you can farm this area out, get to a point you feel comfortable with. I mean, you can stay in this area pretty much forever because of this. I don't have any issues abusing something like this in a game that's Persona-like, because Persona-like games have this whole calendar system. So like doing things like going in this dungeon wastes a day on the calendar. So your time is finite in this game. So finding opportunities to do things like this will help your playthrough be a lot smoother. You can do this on any difficulty, by the way. If you want to struggle, you can do this on the hardest difficulty. If you just want to get through it easily, because I played the demo all the way through, of course, on the hardest difficulty, fought the dragon on the hardest difficulty, literally barely won. Fought the Minotaur on the hardest difficulty, barely won, and then went back, started a new game, because that's when I realized that you could carry over the save. So I'm perfecting my save now for the full game. But yeah, what you want to do is pretty much just run through here, farm this area up. I'm just taking you through the paths that I would go. You have the map, you see all the enemies here. We're just going to run through and kill all of them. And as you can see, characters are ranking up. We're getting materials that drop, materials that we can sell to make money. Characters leveling up. And I'll explain the best things to do with all of this once we get to the next area, because this first area you kind of want to farm up until you I guess get max of the medical herbs. You just want to fight the enemies, get the drops, sell the drops to the merchant, and then you want to after you sell your drops to the merchant, you want to buy the healing items. I recommend buying the first one because it's the cheapest and you'll get more bang for your buck. Like, I think this is like 25 more, so you can buy 2 of these, which will give you the same amount of heal as this would. So that's just my idea. And these lower heal items are better to use outside of combat, while you want to save your big heal items for when you're in combat, because you want to heal the most possible, most likely when you're in the pinch. You don't want to just be healing for 50 damage. And pretty much you're just going to travel from that first area in the middle of the cave where you fought the fat commander, all the way to the rest stop.
There they are.
And the enemies will respawn whenever you go to the rest area. So we're just going to travel back to our rest area right here. And if you want to continue the farm, you would just go into the rest area and then just walk out of the rest area. You can save, not really necessary, but if you want to save, you can save. And that's pretty much the first area. Like I said, I would probably farm this out until you have maxed out on your healing items. The first one at least. You see I have enough money to just buy all of them. And once you're at that point, you could just go ahead and beat the dragon. If you hadn't already, I'd already beaten the dragon. And proceed on to the next area. Now, you can get to the second dungeon in this game within the demo. The demo has a time limit. You have 3 days past a certain point, and it doesn't really give you much time, but I'll show you what to do to unlock the second dungeon. And we're just going to skip over to that point now. Alright, so it's here on this day after you've passed a couple of story stuff on the 12th. Yeah, once you get this message, this is when the game opens up. What you do from here is completely up to you. I will show you how to get to one of the dungeons that I am farming. I believe there are 2 dungeons you can go to. You can take the main story and go through the main story dungeon, or you can unlock another dungeon, but you have to do a couple of things. So there is a merchant that you can talk to that will give you a quest to send you out to a dungeon for her. But in order to, I guess, gain her trust, here she is, to be able to do it, you would need to meet a certain stat requirement. Yeah, that's where your royal virtues come in. And I would try to do this option, but I do not have enough wisdom in order for her to give me the information. So, there's an area here where I can go to, and I will get wisdom as well as... yes, I believe there's a guy here. He has a quest for you. He wants you to find, I guess, details on the honeybee inn's cooking.
Thank you.
Let's give it a shot.
And this reward will give you wisdom as well. So, because these Persona-like games have this whole time system, what you do with your time is very important. So, in order to get to this dungeon, you have to first pick up that quest, then come here to this bench. And you're going to spend time here, which is going to take up your day.
Listen. All right.
Boom, +2. And we're trying to get to level 2 in order to be able to take her quest. Alright, skipping that. So, our morning is gone, now it is nighttime. So there's certain things that you can only do at night. One of the things we're going to do is work at the Honeybee Inn. Not this one, but this one.
You're a big... Next up is...
Yeah, skip that, doesn't really matter. So now that we've worked at the Honeybee Inn, that will queue that quest. So that spent our day. Now we're on our next day, our second day of the demo. You only get 3 in the demo. So doing this, you're probably not going to be able to go to the other dungeon. Now we need to make it to that guy. I guess we could fast travel.
Let's head there right away.
I didn't want to fast travel just in case you guys didn't know exactly where he was, but he's literally right here in the main street in the front.
Fool.
Alright, so you're going to go talk to this guy. You're like, yeah, so we worked at the Honeybee, did some cooking, and quest clear. He's going to give us some wisdom and some money.
Now then.
Gonna get 4. Which is gonna put us at wisdom 2 informed.
What on earth are you doing?
So now that we are informed, we can run over here and talk to her again, and this time we'll be able to do this option. So yeah, she'll take us in, she'll do all her explaining, she'll tell us she wants us to go there for her, and that unlocks the second dungeon. And then from there, you just gotta go south to the main gate,
All right then.
and you can go to the dungeon. Okay, I just want to come here and purify this. Interesting. So I can purify this weapon. It'll make it stronger and give it a fire element, because we have wisdom. And can purify this armor. This is damage from being hit by your weakness. Amazing. We can only do that because we have wisdom of 2. That's if you got those items, you could do that from the first dungeon. Now, we're gonna head south through this exit.
Come on, wait.
You cannot go to the desert. If you try to go to the desert, she'll say, no, it's too dangerous or something. But you can go here to the Belega Corridor. Belega? I assume that's how you pronounce it. And yep, just go here. This is going to take up a day
Let's move.
to travel. And then it's going to be a day in the dungeon. So I don't think you could do anything after this. But you can farm in this dungeon. I don't know about farming in the other main story dungeon, because the game states if you reach a certain point within that dungeon, it will automatically end the demo. So I recommend going to this dungeon to do your farming. And pretty much you're just going to run through here. You're going to kill the enemies. If you're a mage and you do your melee attack, it will, and you're able to kill the enemies with your melee attack, you will recover MP. So you just want to get strong enough to your higher enough level to kill a couple of enemies with your attack, your overworld attack as a mage, and then you can recover MP. Then the enemies that you aren't strong enough to kill outright in the overworld, you'll do battle with them, but you'll recover MP from the other enemies until you're strong enough to just not have to actually do any of the fights. And I'm just going to skip to my other file, show you what that looks like. Alright, so I've already been doing quite a bit of leveling on this file. Now I'm going to show you the route that I'm going to take. Of course, I've already been through this dungeon. I've already beat the boss at the end, so it's not something you do when you first go through, but I mean, that's what it means to farm. Of course, what class you are will determine your attack. So if you're the Seeker, he's going to have a lot faster attack. It's going to be a lot harder for the enemies to react to. If you're the Mage, you're going to have an AoE-like attack. And then if you're the Healer, you're going to have that slow-hitting mace attack. Also, you're going to eventually going to rank up to max on your characters. Once you hit like max rank, they will still gain experience, and once they have quote-unquote leveled up after you've reached the mastery rank of the class, you'll get an item. The item you get is this item here, which increase archetype experience by 1,000. So even if your other characters on your team have maxed out their ranks, it's still beneficial for them to stay on those maxed out ranked archetypes, because you would get that item which you can save up and use on other classes that you'll unlock later in the game, which is what I recommend doing. Anyways, so starting route, you're just going to do that little quick sweep, come down here. We're going to go over here, this room. I'm using the mace, which sucks, but at least you can see how you're going to go about doing that. Once you're a high enough level, you can kill the stronger enemies without having to actually do battle, like I am right now. But that enemy right there is fairly strong, so maybe when you first go through a couple of times, you won't be able to just one-shot. You'll have to actually do battle, which is fine.
There they are.
You just want to just continue to do battle until you're strong enough to just one-shot everything. There was another path you could go there, but there's like 2 enemies in there, and I feel like you waste more time doing that than
I imagine that would be of use.
than actually
There they are.
just skipping it.
Great move.
Yeah, as you can see, the mace sucks. You literally get hit out of your attack because the animation is so slow. There's one animation where he literally sings twice. Alright, so that's it for this area. There are some other enemies over here to the left. We're going to skip those enemies. You can go and kill them if you want to. This area is very annoying because you have these goblins who like to hide behind these pillars.
I see the enemy. Push through. That was brilliant. There they are.
So one thing I figured out is this is a, kind of a range attack. So if you're too close to the enemies when you try to do this attack, they'll hit you. But obviously if you're far enough and you do the dash, they can't hit you. They'll just sit there and stare at you. Because these dungeons, they put enemies in the dungeon that know where you are. And the second you get close enough to them, they will lunge at you and attack you, which is annoying. Yeah, once you get to here, you'll get to this boss room. After you don't have to have beaten the boss to actually do this. But you'll see the cat here. You can talk to the cat, go to leave, use it. It pretty much uses the item that allows you to warp back to the start. And then you just go in here and you do it all over again. And that's pretty much how you farm this demo. Again, I'm fine with doing this because the game is very Persona-like with the calendars and the days. I guess abuse this to however you feel like you want to do it. If you don't care about doing this, it's like whatever. But all the Persona games are kind of like this. Once you get strong enough to be able to kill the enemies without worrying about your MP, or finds a way to recover your MP so that you can continue to train in these dungeons, because it's the only thing stopping you from just staying in these dungeons forever is the amount of MP required to actually kill the enemies in the dungeon to actually train,
Great move.
and the fact that the enemies respawn. So yeah, once you reach this point, then you can just sit here and farm forever, as long as you want. Max out your items, get these hero items that allow you to raise the experience on newer classes, get these gems and items that you can sell to make money, and have a smooth sailing in the full game. And that's pretty much it. If you like this video, you found out some information that you maybe didn't know, please give this video a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.